Thank you, Ari. I just love your work. I love your mind, your heart and soul. Yes, this is February. That Saint Valentine, interestingly enough, was canonized after the fact, but in fact it was the church who executed him. This is a sestina. I dedicate this to all of you. With the purity of love, an unencumbered heart I give to you. To soar upon the endless seas of time, with countless stars like garlands in your hair, and the sweetest scent of eternal spring as you float weightlessly on solar winds. How soft and fresh are these winds that hold us safe as one within our love. How sweet this dew that bathes this virgin spring. This kiss upon your soul I give to you, as my need to caress your fragrant hair grows stronger as we both are lost in time. How moves this sea as does time, riding the waves of astral dust and winds, tossing us entwined as does our hair, enraptured as we coincide our love. For you are more myself as I am you, this bursting forth of life that cries in spring. How does my heart shout this spring, forever, now, and in a distant time? For everything I am for you, that carried me so far wrapped in these winds. This siren song is sung about our love, so subtle as is light shine on your hair. Heaven's stardust in your hair, as does a meadow's morning mist in spring. Then with the sun, a rainbow's arch of love. And such a moment we will freeze in time to carry with us suspended in these winds. For all there is to see is there in you. We and us and I and you, our skin, our eyes, our touch, our smell, our hair, this constant rolling ocean and these winds, ever-expanding bounty we call spring, this continuum that blesses us through time, this gift of life we share to be in love. You are rapture that is spring, a fine hair suspending our world in time, with winds to gently sway us within this love. That's from In the Street Between Wormholes. This is something new. Hope I can manage to turn the pages here. If waking up is rising from the dead, then my grave is getting deeper every day. The pull of gravity is relentless. The only thing that separates me from its continual grasp are my own outstretched wings, ready to take flight at any given moment. How dark this world can be, how stuck we all perpetuate our own self-victimization. How the unbearable weightlessness of being fills us as we seek the light, always ready to self-correct any inflections, impediments that are hurled towards us with such commonality and continuum to accept as the norm. When normal can be our conscious desire to free ourselves from the bonds that hold us captive and imprisoned, preventing us from our highest potential. What is this bifurcation that runs full court, press, tilt in our minds when the placenta connecting us to terra firma is the documented proofs of our meditation? I lose track of time as if it is a singular piece of fruit, disconnecting me from the kernels of its interior, as in a pomegranate, unified to reward me in its plucking, swallowing its juice to sustain me, despite no matter how difficult to extract its reward. Time is as it has always been. A singular monolithic gel ready to be sliced into membranes of focus specifically directed through the intent of conscious moment rendered present from point to point. It is here where I dwell, with open heart and embracing arms, taking in as much as I can to unify myself with creation, the totality of everything that is possible. Simply put, because everything is possible. And if everything is possible, what is it about ourselves that choose to be remembered the way we are? Shrouded within filters of our own choice, reticent to change, locked within a singular parochial stasis, rendering us already dead in the moment, as life continues for the rest of us who choose to be alive, knowing to be so is the never-ending quest to grow larger beyond our comprehension. It is here that separates humans from people. Recognizing the synergistic responsibility to subsequent generations. Borrowing what was loaned to us from our children through time immemorial. The impetus to shape the vibration of our verb. The motor that drives us within the fulfillment of our vision quest. The synergy unleashed, unifying group mind of coexistence, igniting a renaissance to propel us into unlimited futures, preserved from the actions of our past, as it has been written, as it has always been. The synapses of choice are so narrow that choosing is a constant catharsis, a continual fork in the road. It is for the masses to embrace this revelation, not for this revelation to embrace the masses. Though as altruistic as the latter may be wished, it is for us to embrace through active consciousness. Otherwise, we run on automatic pilot. Brainstem conditioned, bumbling into each other, missing all the potential that has always been. I terminate. The host, rendered inert, begins its decay. The aftermath, thought still floats but disconnected. No kinetics, No scribe, no longer there. The activity of mind slowly evaporating. No specific to filter through, now absorbed into the ethers. If the world is coming to an end, as plain song evident, the planets align the inevitable. What happens if we change the frequency, flipping us into a different dimension? Still this world, but a new way to exist. The ethers around us have always been as they always will. It is us who have to turn ourselves accordingly in order to recognize our endless potential. Everything is, always has. So it is up to us to wake ourselves through the discovery of our being, even if, in the moment, we think we don't know how, whether because we are ignorant or have forgotten, where we are thought within the totality of totality. Quote, information flows through non-bounded interactions through electrostatic potentials, which physicists call a virtual photon, traveling at the speed of light, dependent upon the ordering of molecules, non-covalent interactions, unquote. American chemist and nanotechnologist James Tour. Needing us to evolve to a higher consciousness in order to understand. Superposition in two states at the same time, wave or particle. Visualizing the outcome as the way to beam ourselves from point to point, let alone from dimension to dimension. I don't have any asshole friends, because my friends are not assholes. Thank you very much. We welcome you to the Karpeles monthly. There are some events coming here that may supplant us. I will keep you apprised accordingly at the last minute to join us, to be videoed, documenting the power of the word, which is clearly the singular most important lifeblood reality of democracy itself. As long as we are not stifled, democracy's potential thrives. Peace.